Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. Got a good one for you today. I'm in Laguna Beach and just hanging out. The tide is really low, guys. Look at that. It's crazy. So much to talk about. The credit markets are sick right now, internationally, worldwide. So it's a lot to talk about, but think about this. When have you ever heard that bullets, bombs, wars are good for a stock market? When have you heard that? Okay? Because I never have. And I think that we're just playing with fire right now and waiting for the inevitable collapse, personally. But we will see. We see 1,000-point swings, stock market's down hundreds of points, then it turns around, it's only down a little over 100. It's ridiculous, guys, right before our eyes. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody, all your friends and colleagues. Don't forget, we've got the Patreon channel. If you want more access to me, you can sign up for Patreon. We've got an email list, share a lot of different things on that, and we've got another one scheduled to go out this week. If you're not on that, it's right in the video description below to join the email list. Right now we're seeing so much happening with banks internationally. I'm getting so much stuff sent to me from around the globe that I want to talk about branch closures first of all in Australia, of all places. Here's the thing that people don't get. This is the same thing that is happening in Australia is going to happen to smaller towns here. When these banks close, you can sit there and say, oh, it's no big deal. They just close a couple hundred branches. In Australia, there's 459 branches closing, and it's destroying the smallest cities. And the problem with it is that some of these places, these people just can't get in the car and drive. You've got miles and miles between different banks. And again, if someone is old, if they're elderly, if they walk to their bank, they cannot get access to this. And as we enter March, think about that Walgreens that I showed you guys last week that's closing. You're seeing more and more of this happen around the globe. The UK, Italy, all these places are sending me things where they're starting to have all these different warnings that are just eerily the same. And it doesn't matter what country you're in, doesn't matter what language you speak, the banking situation is getting dire, around the globe. This is part of Heisler Park, which has got different walkways, and it's got, this lawn bowling area that fills with the seniors that come up here, and you've got all the different art installations and the memorials to the military and things like that are here. And speaking of that, I just ran into a subscriber, Bill, who just moved here and loves Laguna Beach. His brother is a retired police officer as well in Boston, so I want to say hi to him as well. But Bill was talking about how he was in the conference business, and he's an executive chef for different large venues, restaurants, convention centers, things like that. That industry's changed, guys. And Bill is basically retired right now. And again, people want to do what they want. People want to do their profession. They want to work in the conference space or large groups, hotels, things like that. It's not happening, guys. And you're seeing this more and more with different industries right now. So, I want to thank Bill's brother also. Law enforcement, I'm a huge fan of, and they need more support and all we can give them, guys. But check this place out. It's just absolutely beautiful. So, Ukraine, with the latest thing that's happening, their large port, the largest port in Ukraine, closed, guys, sent everybody home. What do you think that's going to do? Now, you can sit there, well, Dan, what do we get from Ukraine? There are businesses right now that are about to shutter. I guarantee you're going to hear companies in the next 48 hours, 72 hours, you're going to hear about companies that are going to be dramatically affected as a result of that closing. So, these ports that shut down, I mean, someone's shipping out of that place. The Russian stock market's closing right now. Okay, well, that's devastating. Also, the ruble is at an all-time low, which is exciting for people that are betting against that. But there's a lot more to cover, guys. just a beautiful day out here. And, you know, again, wherever you're at in the world, you know, I know that, you know, I'm lucky because the weather is good, and Bill and I were just commenting about that. But here's the thing. Where can you get a break? Where can you get away from people? Where can you sit down and contemplate what you're going to do for your life or for your business and get away? That's what Bill's out here. Bill's out here walking and enjoying, you know, the good weather and just hanging out. So you got to have a place like that. It may be, you know, it may be a coffee shop, it may be a library if the weather's cold, but there's got to be a place that you can get some peace of mind and get something done and clear your head. But places like this is what I love to come to. I'm always fascinated by real estate and real estate numbers that we're hearing right now. And we just heard that the average person that has a mortgage has $185,000 in equity in their house. The largest number that we've ever seen in history. Now, what's fascinating about that is that interest rates are rising, and people are sending me stuff left and right about adjustable rate mortgages. Dan, it's still a good time for people to buy, and we can get them in a 5-year adjustable note, 7-year adjustable note, 10-year adjustable note. Payment stays fixed during that time, and then it's going to adjust, which will be pandemonium. You have a teaser rate, and it's going to adjust to where people will not be able to afford the house that they live in. One thing that was great about 2008, 2006, 2007, people were having $1 million loans on houses, huge mansions, McMansions, mini mansions, whatever you want to call them. But these people had $1 million notes and would have payments of like $2,500. How does that work out? Payment would adjust. These people couldn't afford the house. The house had maybe even gone down in value, and before you know it, you know, they're upside down in the house. Now, a couple things. I looked at some houses in 2008, and was thinking about having my mom live with me, which would have never happened, but we were toying with the idea. And one thing that we did was we looked at houses, and the one thing I would get a kick out of is talking to these realtors, and they'd say, well, it's got a few mortgages on it, a few, okay? And the bank is looking at offers under the debt amount, okay? So it's a short sale. I saw houses that were $800,000 that had $1.3 million in loans that people had borrowed against. 500 grand upside down, guys. Again, you will see that again. That's going to come back. And again, you know, if you have a construction loan, if you're looking to get into something quickly for a short period of time, I understand all that. I understand people need to get into a house and then they'll refinance it. But this dream that everything's going to keep going up, get in there with 5% down and stay there, you guys are kidding yourselves. I just don't see this continuing to go up. They just announced the 25 highest rents for one bedroom places, and they're all the usual suspects. I won't bore you with all 25, but the top 3, New York at $3,100 for the average one bedroom place. The second is San Francisco, which again, 2 war zones that I would never live in. And the third is Boston. And $3,100 for San Francisco, $2,980 for San Francisco, and just over $2,800 for Boston. So expensive places to live in places like this, but that's what you're seeing. So again, you know, people with the equity lines of credit, people are using their homes as a ATM right now. And it's going to catch up with people. It really is. And again, cars, the expensive trips, things like that. People are starting to travel again. And, you know, you have a need to spend the money, guys. I would just save on to it, because I think that because of how this is being kicked down the road and everything that we're living through right now is just just really, really a big warning sign to me all the way around in everything that's happening. And people don't want to take that. They just want to continue to shop and to continue to live the high life. And I think it's going to catch up with a lot of people. But these adjustable rate mortgages that are coming back, you know, they're asking for some documentation. So they're not just saying, you know, you're getting the dishwasher that's telling them that they make $250,000 a year and getting in the house. That happened in 2006 and 2007. That's not happening now. They want some documentation, but these people are still getting unbelievable mortgages right now, and lines of credit and adjustable rate mortgage, loans. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Beautiful day out, guys. It's just nice. So again, this place I love because you can just hang out, place to sit, in the grass. It's just really, really lovely. And there's all these different beaches down here. Laguna is one of these places, again, that's really cool, where you've got a lot of different beaches at the end of streets that some I've never been to, which was great for the channel because I got to see stuff I'd never seen before, but some of these things I haven't been to in 25 years. So just amazing. But beautiful spot. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that the real estate market's going to continue to go up? They're going to get creative to get you into those houses. You know that. And we're going to see absolute shenanigans between now and the drop date when everything collapses. So it will be interesting to see what happens. One thing that's great is all these experts are coming out and warning after warning after warning. Michael Wilson from Morgan Stanley is trying to lead the way by saying that we're going to have an incredibly awful March and April. Michael Hartnett of B of A is trying to one-up it and saying it's going to be catastrophic and terrible. And Zoltan Pozar, I love that guy's name. He's talking about how we're going to have another Lehman moment. So for those of you, do you guys remember Lehman Brothers? Okay, it's no big deal. Bear Stearns, that ring a bell for you guys that are old enough to remember 2008 and the shenanigans with that? How about Jim Cramer recommending those as buys the week before it collapses, and sales and shutdowns and things like that? I do, and I still think it's funny, and we're going to see more and more of that. But what we're seeing is the economy in complete and utter disarray right now, and the experts are warning that there's serious problems. There has been a run on the Russian banks. Obviously, the depositors are doing everything they can to get cash in hand, and they're also trying to convert it to US dollars, still the premier currency, and they're trying to convince people to take as much as they can out as quickly as possible. But a run in the bank, guys. Don't ever forget that, because we could have that here in a day. And again, prepare yourself. Look at look at your bank. Look at the financial solvency of where you bank. Also, look at credit unions. Look at the smaller community banks. If you have a startup and if you're looking for money, look at ways to get money that's unconventional. Here's something. The best jobs in the country are venture-backed. In other words, the most secure, highest paying jobs are people that work for startups and venture-backed startups where they had a venture capital company step in, or individual or whoever step in and write a check to fund the company. Those are the best paying jobs and basically the most secure jobs right now. Check this place out, guys. Everybody just hanging out. I'm gonna park and sit on the bench. So again, I've talked to a bunch of people today, talked to investors and different things like that about raising money. And again, if you need money for your business and you need to raise it and you have a viable entity or an idea or concept or anything like that, and you need to look at money, look at how you present that to people. It can be you by yourself. Don't let that sway you that you need some bogus thing of this is my team and your team is you, okay? Have a deck, put together the pitch deck that explains exactly what the concept is, what the money is going to be used for, what the vision is, what the potential market is, and do it as clearly, as concisely as possible. Read other pitch decks. Business Insider always shows different pitch decks and the success of these and how these people raise money from that. And that's definitely something to look at that can help you in things like this. You know, I keep thinking about Bill that was talking about how his industry's changed, and I completely get that, because from a guy that runs conferences and people saying you got to get it going again, Dan, it's a while off, because here's the thing. I could have the greatest venue in the world. I could have the greatest speakers in the world. Do people have the money right now to pay for an event? I don't think they do right now. I'm not seeing that. So inexpensive, how they can save money. But again, you can raise money on your own as well too. So just get a good plan, and you can always reach out to me, and I can point you in different directions of different industries, and look at investors that invest in your industry. What I mean by that is if you're looking to invest, let's say you're gonna have a food truck, don't go to some medical guy to invest in your food truck. Okay, everybody eats, Dan. No, you want somebody that understands what it takes to run food. The medical people, the advantage to them in investing with them is they understand the length of time that it takes for an investment to pay off, and that's of serious value to people. So I could go on for an hour about this stuff, but I'm gonna move on, and we're gonna cover a bunch more stuff. Mark my words, from this channel, here's one thing you're going to hear in the future. You're going to hear people that have bought houses that paid way too much for it, and they're going to go down. And they're going to say, I never knew that this could happen, and nobody told me this, and I want to get out of it, and I don't want any financial responsibility. Which is insane, okay? Because if the house went up in value, they would be the first ones to sell it and put the money in their pocket or buy some avocado toast. Speaking of avocado toast, there is a ridiculous article out of Business Insider that you have to read to believe, where they were talking about how millennials just can't get a break. That this sector of our society, 26 to 41-year-olds, have seen 2 recessions in their lifetime. They're going to see another one, guys. They're going to see this massive depression, but they just can't get a break. And it's unfair that they have to start their lives with baggage, financial baggage. Okay, well, we're all in the same boat, guys. We're all creating our own opportunities. And with that, these people want some type of medal, participation trophy, or something given to them that it's all okay. Again, this is insane, people, okay? Work for your opportunity. I work, my business got destroyed as a result of all this stuff. And the opportunities are bigger and better than ever as a result of everything that's happened. Speaking of houses, mortgage rates hit fixed rates above 4%. What do you think that's gonna do? Remember when they were in the 2s, guys, and you could get all these great loans, and now they're 4s, and they're still pitching the same thing. I'd love to show these ads of these companies that have the exact same ads saying, this is fantastic. It's never been a better time to get in, and the rates are over 4% right now. So you're gonna see pandemonium in the near future with these people that are going to be financially upside down. But again, I need a break, okay? No, okay? And again, I'm so sick of all this stuff. They're talking about writing off more student loan debt. Again, you guys out there that didn't take student loan debt or paid it off, you should demand a refund, revolt, okay? If they keep continuing to forgive this stuff, because it's insane, because the rest of us that didn't go and get ourselves $300,000 in debt. Now, again, I told the story again today, somebody that reached out to me where a woman is over $300,000 in student loan debt, okay? And can't understand why her boyfriend won't marry her. Well, because that sounds like hell, guys, okay? And she's got 2 degrees and can't make enough money to support the payment right now, okay? Yeah, sounds good, okay? Would you date a guy, okay, if it was reversed? You're successful, you're a single attorney, or engineer, whatever, okay? You make a lot of money and you're debt-free, and some boyfriend, no matter how handsome he is or what he does, shows up with 300 grand in debt. Are you getting in line for that, guys? Because it's ridiculous, okay? So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I just think I'm losing it over that Business Insider article about how tough it is for people right now. So do you have it tough, guys? Okay? Share your thoughts, guys. Mark my words, though. People are going to buy houses, and I just want to walk away. The eviction moratorium ended in Seattle right now. So it is all hell breaking loose in Seattle as of today. It is, it's people that the landlords have talked about how they've got tenants that owe them $50,000 in rent, multiple tenants. Where's that money going to come from? Okay, nowhere. They're never going to get that money, guys. So the landlords get to finally get the units back if they have not been destroyed. And again, I get people that send me TikToks that are absolutely insane, where these people have lived there rent-free for years, okay, now, and they have destroyed the units, completely ripped out appliances, ripped out cabinets, ripped out things you couldn't sell, but just to be spiteful and mean have done this and destroyed this person's home. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because I think it's insane. And do you need a break? Do you want some avocado toast? Let me know, okay? Thanks. I always get a kick out of news stories where a company has an announcement and they're trying to use buzzwords to act like they're socially conscious. The latest is the one and only United Airlines that just announced that they're eliminating 17 different routes. Okay, completely. They're even getting rid of an entire city. Alexandria, Louisiana, never gonna fly to you guys again. So the Chicago-based carrier is done with 17 different routes. Now, they're not profitable, they're not sustainable. It's not a sustainable airport. Okay, well, again, okay, what about the $30 billion we gave the airline industry, and they're not gonna do that? Okay, so that's that. You're going to hear more and more about airlines cutting back right now as they lose more and more money right now. Now, there's another real estate chart that just came out that's absolutely fascinating. It's where the real estate market's headed in the springtime rush. Okay, well, when you read this article, you're going to see that they don't anticipate a springtime rush and that they're going to see it cool off, which is, I absolutely love those buzzwords again, that the market's going to taper and cool off, and you're going to see that happen. So it's going to be interesting. Take a look at that. That one's from Yahoo Finance. Plus the most recent thing with Target. Think about this. Target is announcing that their starting positions are $24 an hour. Okay, guys, that's $1,000 a week, guys, to work at Target. Okay? Hey, do you know where the shaving cream's at? It's on aisle 18. Let me show it to you. Okay? That's crazy, guys. So read the story below. So again, think of what the prices are gonna be, guys, when you've got people making 24 bucks an hour working at a Target. Which brings me to McDonald's. I was in line at McDonald's, $17 an hour they had a sign for people to work at McDonald's. Unbelievable, guys. So everybody's got a job, nobody needs to work, but they're paying 17 and 24 bucks an hour at those two places. Elon Musk just announced that it looks like the Gigafactory in Germany for Tesla could open as early as April, and with the hint of that, the stock shot up. Lucid, the other EV car company, just announced that they're going to cut production in 2022, so their stock took a hit. Now, one thing that's fascinating, I've got a great story for you from Bitcoin Magazine about the greatest brands of the 21st century. Take a look at that, guys. I found it to be pretty fascinating. I thought you guys would like it too. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this with all your friends and colleagues. It's kind of an oasis out here, guys. It's really just beautiful and nice. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. And share your thoughts on everything we talked about today.